All right. Hit me with the first question.
Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that? How did you meet?
Mutual friends.
And how was that? What was your first impression?
Very organic and natural. Like just a conversation.
And like, what did you think of her?
Very sweet.
That's good. And like, for how long have you been together?
Like a little bit over a year.
Are you going strong?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, so 24. What do you think is a good time, a good age to start thinking about like family and marriage and having kids?
Mm, I mean, both people should be comfortable and ready. I don't think you can slap a time on it. It could be whenever. There's no judgment on it.
Agree. Can I agree? But again, like if you're not able to, for example, financially support your significant other or your family,
Mhm.
like it's like it's pointless. Yeah.
Exactly. You
Like,
should,
do you
yeah, you
think that
both
you
should be.
have to be able to like support financially and like have some kind of stability in your life?
If you're gonna be responsible for a family, yes, and especially for your partner, you should be financially responsible.
So what do you think
Mhm.
is the sweetest thing about your partner? What is the best thing about her?
Um, I'd say that's a tough one to narrow it down to one, but first thing that came to mind is like just super understanding and calm. Never need to over explain, and everything. Like never, nothing has ever escalated, I'd say, in like over a year. Like no argument, nothing, just very, very like understanding individual, super calm, super sweet. So
That's cool. That's so mature.
yeah.
What is your take on cheating? Is it popular in your culture?
In
Among like,
America yeah, in America it happens a lot. I mean my ex cheated on me, Like it happens. A lot of insecure people. And it's definitely super uncomfortable. You start doubting your confidence and everything, and if you did anything wrong, but you can grow from it, and just realize like it's unfortunate. You were with a bad person. You'll meet someone a lot more, loyal and reliable. So, you know, it sucks, but I was also younger. You know what? I was like 21 in that relationship, so I don't care. I don't.
what was your initial reaction? How did you find out?
Oh, oh, of course it sucked. I mean, we were living together, and I just, she was laying next to me, and I saw on her phone, you know.
Did you
But obviously,
forgive her?
yeah, yeah, actually, I did. Quite immature of me, but yeah, but it's no big deal. Like I said, I'm over it. Like,
And how long
yeah.
like did your previous relationship last after that?
Oh, I don't know. Like closer to still like another year, you know.
And who
So,
initiated the breakup?
that was me.
Good for
You
you.
know, but obviously, she was a cognitive science and psychology major, so she was really good at conversation. So she talked her way out of it, but luckily I woke up and was like, okay, this is really stupid. Like, yeah. So I said,
Do you
no
think
big
you
deal.
do you think you will be able to stay friends with such person who cheated on you?
Yeah, we don't talk, we don't hang out, but like ended on good terms, you know. I helped her a lot. She helped me. So yeah, just mutual friends. We don't ever plan on going back together, of course. So
What is the most romantic thing that you have ever experienced, like a grand romantic gesture, or I don't know.
Oh, that's a tough one. Uh, I'd say my current relationship, I remember the first gift she got me was super expensive, and I am not a big fan of really expensive gifts. So I was just like, why would he buy that? I like more meaningful, I don't need something crazy. But the words you said was something along the lines like, it's because that it's more difficult to afford, it's more meaningful that, you can see I put a lot of effort and thought into it. Because, yeah, I could have, made you something more creative, but because you feel like, this is like way out of budget, really expensive is the reason why I got you it instead. And she got me like a Louis Vuitton stuff. So I was like, that's insane. I thought that was so sweet. So, and of course I matched it after. I wasn't gonna, you know, just receive that and not give something you're like two times crazier. So, yeah.
And what is the grand, like, have you ever done a grand romantic gesture?
Yeah, countless. I can't remember, but I don't know. I just like like I said, it's just try to do something meaningful. My last gesture I did was just like write like hand. I have terrible handwriting, but I'm an engineering nerd. So it's just more cute that I take the time to like handwrite a letter, just like just small things,
I think,
just as I thank you.
yeah, the small things are the biggest ones.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
because like, you understand that the other person put in effort, and like, for sure,
Mm,
if you give like someone, like your partner, a Louis Vuitton stuff, you also put in a lot of effort and money, obviously. But if you
exactly.
do like create something from scratch, and it
Oh
comes
yeah.
like totally from this person, it was created, but your significant other, I think this what makes you feel like, oh my god, like, but the butterflies. I would, honestly
Yeah,
speaking,
exactly.
be more pleased with a gift that someone created from scratch, rather
Me
than
too.
just an expensive gift. Although an
Me too.
expensive gift is also like, it's not the worst
It's
option.
like,
It's great.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, but also for me, I don't think I've ever received like such an expensive gift before. So it's just like a little bit shocking too, Like someone like, spent all that money and, hard work on me. So I was like, damn.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it was really cool.
I mean, I also, like, I feel more comfortable giving people gifts than receiving. I
Me
don't know.
too.
Maybe it's just like a human psychology
Yeah.
that works
I don't
this way.
know. Some people love gifts. Some people
Some people
like
just love
so
receiving them,
yeah.
and
Yeah. I don't like receiving gifts, honestly. I'm not good at expressing it. So, you know.
and what do you think on love languages, like gift
Oh
giving,
yeah.
physical touch, words of affirmation? Is it important in a relationship?
Yeah. Learn your partner's love language. Super important. Is it communication, physical actions? For me, I'm very action based. I'll cook or I'll, do surprise, or like I'll just take care of my girlfriend. Nothing crazy.
And do you
I was,
think that you know her love language?
yeah, definitely. She loves the um communication. I do. I can tell a lot. She always likes saying thank you and she appreciates like how clear I am. So that's always a plus.
That's amazing.
Oh,
That when people are open to discussions
after
and they're ready to like talk and discuss what they want or what they need, it's amazing.
super rare, especially this generation. It's crazy.
Exactly. Yes.
It's crazy. But can't say much. I mean, I see it all the time, you know,
Do
just
you
need to.
like um support like a new startup business idea of like your partner, but like who has no experience in it, or like who like
Oof. That's a
and
tough
like
one.
taking into the account the fact that you have to invest into this business and you're not sure if it will be successful or not. Like, would you
That's
support
a
this idea?
that's a tough one. It depends what's my schedule. Right now, I can't. That just to be transparent. Like I cannot. I'm working 2 jobs and I'm studying. So it's
So you would
impossible.
need to refuse her, right?
Yeah, yeah. But sure, she understands that.
It's a good thing because like
Yeah.
there are like disputes in a lot of relationships when it comes to careers, and a lot of people they work in different fields. Are you both in like the same field or are you in a different fields?
We're in different fields actually. My ex, she was also in a different field. She was in marketing, and then I helped her get into my field, funny enough. My current girlfriend, she's still studying. She doesn't really know what to major in or like what path to go towards right now. So,
Do you
yeah.
think there's like a lot of dispute between like people when they're like decide to um take up certain career path, and these career paths they are different, and for example the schedules are different?
Yeah, I think that can happen, like if she or I have a crazy schedule, there could be plenty of room for disputes. Luckily my field is really adaptable. We get to work from home. Some days we have to go for meetings, but I'd say my schedule is probably more flexible than a lot of careers. Um, but for her, yeah, hers is pretty tough. Hers is pretty tough. She does fashion,
Oh,
so
it's a completely different thing from your.
yeah. Yeah, completely different. It's kind of nice, it gets me a break from computers, you know. And she tries her best to like understand what I talk about. Obviously, it's sometimes it's a little bit too much. So,
But you like you
yeah.
balance each other out. It's a good thing
Oh yeah.
because you can balance
Yeah.
each other out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to understand everything she talks about or like which model or influencer. I don't know all of them. And yeah.
Because like the same question about, for example, cheating, would you forgive cheating? 10 people have 10 different answers.
Oh
Whether
yeah.
it's a yes or no, everybody has their own reasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, you should never forgive cheating. Disloyalty, you should never. I was very, like I said, I was dumb and got manipulated. I was also younger. Um, if I had to do it over again, obviously I would never talk to her again. But it was just super manipulative, and it gets more complicated when you live with the person. Um, so super interesting. But I hope you never experience that. It's super annoying.
What is like one valuable lesson that you learned from this
Relationship.
relationship? Yeah.
If you can't trust a person, if you have that, like, if there's something telling you, like, not to trust them, which I had that feeling before, I found out she cheated, you're probably right. Trust your feelings, trust your gut feeling. Like, I sometimes doubt my gut feelings for some reason, you know? I just had a strange feeling. I mean, I saw her hanging out with like her girlfriends who aren't like the best people. So I had like a strange feeling, you know. Um, Obviously, like I said, like luckily it wasn't physical cheating. It was just like messaging, like just on dating app. But that's enough cheating for me. Yeah.
Do you think it's better like to reassure yourself and ask a person, or is it better
Yeah,
just to not to?
you should reassure. You should reassure and ask them. But just watch their body language closely. Watch what they say closely. If you feel something off, trust it. Obviously before like any of that, I asked her very directly, but people lie. People will lie. So, I knew she was lying. That's the crazy part. So, like I said, just trust that gut feeling. Never doubt it. Guys, like for example, like I'm Spaniard. Like Spain. But I was born in America. I think we're pretty friendly to like dating outside our culture, Spaniards. You know, in Asia, like China, it's not too common, as you know. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess America is definitely more friendly for like dating outside like your ethnicity or your culture. Just a bit of a lesson. A lot of Spaniard people are honestly a lot of Europeans, but you know this, but yeah, especially Spain people, we do not get along with the French people. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I know that like for
Yeah.
Spanish or like if we like take Spain as like if Europe and
Mhm.
Spanish like Brazil, Mexico, like Chile and so on, like this Latin
Yeah.
countries. I know that it's really important. Not that it's important, it's common for letting people to express their emotions and their feelings and their love through words. So
Oh
you
yeah.
can easily call someone like babe or mi amor.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can see that. They're very Spanish people, you notice they're super friendly people. You go to Spain, you'll meet a lot of friends. They'll talk to you. The the Mi Amor the Mi Amor is more stronger though. Like they definitely have to know you to say Mi Amor. Like lesser than Mi Amor is Te Quiero, and then like that I would understand, but Mi Amor is like crazy. That's like actually boyfriend or maybe like close family member.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Well,
know.
are you in a relationship?
No.
Have you been?
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Can
Um,
what?
can you tell me about that? How did you meet? For how long
She
were
was
you together?
well, she was a liar. She was like a lie, real big on lies, And yeah, and then she cheated on me. It's pretty cool. But this was a while ago. This was like when I graduated,
And
like
you met
right, like a couple
in
months
school?
before. Yeah,
And for how long were you together?
probably like a year and a half.
Oh, that's
No, not
quite a
very
long
long.
time.
Not very long at
Not
all.
very long. Because for me, I would say it's long, and then somebody cheats on you.
You
So
think
you,
that's long?
um, if you take like on a scale of like a long-term relationship, when somebody dates like 5+ years, it's not really long, but it's serious when you date for more than a year. I
Yeah.
would say it's strong. Yes.
So
So,
what? Oh no, go on.
so you broke up with her because she cheated on you, right?
No. She
I,
did it behind my back, but I like found out later.
and how did you find out?
A friend of hers.
The friend of hers told you.
Yeah.
And what was your reaction to this?
Well, I felt betrayed, obviously, because I'm real big on loyalty, but clearly she's not. And yeah, man. But honestly, I really don't blame her at the same time. I feel like she was going through a hard time with her parents, with her mom. So I can't be mad at it. I kind of just accept it, move forward.
And like, did you try to like talk to her?
Nope. I don't really do second chances like that. I don't, because
So you don't
like
believe in second
okay,
chances?
not really, not really. Like I did give her a second chance because love is powerful. So obviously I did, but that three strikes you're out.
Yeah. And why do you think cheating happens? Why is it common?
I don't know. I feel like it could be with social media. that feeling of access to everyone, you know? So I don't know. I really don't know. Could be that. I don't know. You're young, you want to explore, you know? I don't know. I can tell you.
And what do you think is the best age to start dating somebody, even maybe
Oh,
to get married, to have kids?
yeah. Well, I think probably late 20s, early 30s is when you should start because I think you should start focusing on yourself, earlier in life. More getting your foundation set up, and build yourself, learn the do's and don'ts, and then when you have a stable job, you're able to have a family if you want one. You don't have to necessarily, but if you did, I would obviously definitely recommend being financially ready, So
So would you
I
consider
would, yeah.
having like kids or getting married within the next 10 years? Personally,
Um,
you.
prior to being 30,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can. I don't think marriage really defines marriage, well, love, marriage, It's kind of a weird concept for me because I believe in God. So I'm looking at it in a biblical perspective right now, I don't think you need to necessarily be married to really be like, locked in, I guess you'd say.
And
I
why do
don't
you
know.
think it's really important for some people like to get married to tie the knot? Like they if they don't want to get married, some people
It's
don't
not
see the
really,
future.
yeah, I don't really think it's important. I don't really believe in marriage personally. I just don't, it doesn't define how much you guys love each other. It doesn't, it's just really a title, of saying you guys got married because, what difference really does it make if you're unmarried and you're married? You mean you still love each other, I mean, maybe the girl will be excited, obviously, and obviously get her a ring, but uh yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So, for example, if you're in a relationship with a girl who you love and who loves you back, and then you like start having these conversations, because obviously, I mean, a lot of people do have these conversations at some point of their relationship, and then you find out that like she really wants to get married. How would you react to this?
Well, I do it just to make her happy, probably, because, like I said, it doesn't make a difference, I mean, if you look at it in a financial perspective, it does make a difference because something with the taxes, I'm not too familiar with it, but I know it affects something, So it's just really more paperwork, but I mean, whatever,
And like, what is your take on the wedding day itself? Okay, so like, if people do want to get married, like, what
Yeah.
would you go for? Just like to sign the documents, or like to have the wedding, the aisle, the dress, the suit, the rings, all of that?
Yeah, I think it's special, it's obviously special because it's the day you're technically official, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just a important day to remember, I guess, it's a good day to spend time with everyone's family, get to know each other. Everyone expresses their last minute thoughts on, who, everyone. Like, like if I had a wife, her parents, for example, I'm sure they would want to share their last minute thoughts if we're obviously getting married, because it's obviously going to define whether they're mad or they're happy. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Have you ever been in love?
Have I ever?
Have you ever been in love?
Not really. Not really, man. I don't think that's something I'm ready for, you know? I I don't know. I guess I just haven't ran into the right person or something. But right now, I'm really just focusing on myself and the future.
And yeah, what
So
is your take on love languages? Is it important to express your love through love languages in order to maintain a healthy relationship, like physical touch, acts of service? What else do we have? Words of affirmations.
yeah, not so necessarily. I mean, maybe if you want to like, I don't want to say take advantage, but like, let's say you make them mad, for example, and you know their love language, right? So you're obviously going to use that to make them happy, I'd assume, right?
Yeah, I guess it works like
So
that.
yeah, it could, yeah, that's definitely an outcome, I'd say. That's the only perspective I really see it in, personally. So I'm sure there's many other thoughts on it, but yeah.
Do you have a favorite love language? How you like like to show people love?
Yeah, how to express it, yeah. So I express love, my love, kind of by gifts. I'm more of a gifts kind of person, and I think that's mainly because of my family was a gift person. You know, everyone we get gifts, and that's kind of just what it was. And so that's my way because I feel like they passed that down to me. So that's kind of how I do it, I suppose you could say, you know. So gifts, you know, clarification, uh, yeah.
And are you like a gift giver or a gift receiver?
Um, Probably more of a giver. I would say I've gave more than I received, so that's how I would say.
And what is the most meaningful or I don't know, expensive gift you have ever received or given?
Not too much, you know, just little things, pretty somewhat consistently, you know. So obviously that adds up, but not too much. Probably
I
just like a
think the
100.
little things are the most important ones because, especially if you do this consistently, you show that you care about another
Yeah,
person, you know?
yeah. No, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, do you think that relationships nowadays are harder for men or women? And is it harder to find partner for men or women?
I would say so. I would say so. That it's harder for both. Well, I would say, oh, that's a good one. Like probably more mainly men from my perspective. Maybe honestly women too though, because of safety reasons. I'd say there's a lot of, you know, it's a crazy world now. It's a lot of people that you don't know their actions, and yeah, um, like I said, social media is really big. You got like 10 different platforms you could have an account on, you know. So it just, you know, women get the visual of more men, more options, more just like they see other girls getting gifts on social media or something, and then they expect it in return. And they're, you know, they get this perspective of someone else's love life, I suppose you could say. Um,
So, do you think
Vice
that,
versa too.
yeah, yeah. Do you think that social media can ruin relationship?
Yeah, yes, I would say so. Say so. You know, you could, let's say a girl's been wanting this guy or something, she could get a DM by him like real quick, you know, and she could text back, and then obviously the guy finds out, he's obviously going to be upset with that, and you know, it probably would affect many relationships.
I think it also comes from people comparing themselves to other people and like seeing the perfect, happy ever after couples. And as you said, again, people like they tend to put this perspective of someone else's life onto their own experience and project it onto their own partners or their lives, you know. And have you ever tried dating apps, for example?
Like once, probably. Not very long though. I was like, because I was upset, so I was trying to find another woman, and I was like, that's really not the way to go, you know. So I got rid of it like after probably a month, and then I never looked back.
Have you got like rejected by women or like something bad happened?
Uh, no, nothing's ever bad happened terribly. But yeah, I've got rejected. I feel like everyone has, and that's something everyone will experience. And I think it's good to experience rejection. And yeah,
And how do you think people should deal with specifically romantic rejections? If you really cared about someone and you really liked someone, and then you tell them that, hey, I have feelings for you, and then they reject you. How can you deal with it? Because it may hurt.
yeah, no, harm is definitely never the way, and I see a lot of cases like that. But that's definitely not the way. It's okay to express that you love them. I think to tell them and to inform them that you like them. I think that's all right. But obviously, if she doesn't like you, move on. Kind of just look away, I guess. Find someone else who you think you could be interested in or is interested in, or focus on yourself.
Thank you.
Kind of just
And what is your um, relationship deal breaker? Something that is like a red flag for you?
uh, lying a lot, manipulation, obviously. Common sense kind of things of what not to do and what to do. And yeah,
You said that, like, also at the very beginning of our conversation, that your ex was like a liar. So, if you were in a relationship, would you forgive lying? I'm not talking about like white lies, but I'm talking about like something big.
something big. So
Could you
no,
repeat
I
that?
probably
I
would
didn't
not.
hear you properly.
I would not probably. I wouldn't. No second chances for that. That's something you should have already thought about. I feel like, and I feel like if you're mature enough, you'll know what's wrong and what's not. So therefore, why would you do it?
And do you think lying happens a lot in couples?
Probably more than you'd think. I'd say. Um, Vice versa, men too, probably. So yeah, I think everyone lies.
So, are you someone who falls fast for another person, or do you need the time to figure your feelings out?
No, definitely some time, because you obviously want to make sure it's right. And yeah, I would say definitely take your time moving into a relationship or finding a woman. Take your time. Like, I mean, never judge by the past, but also it's a relationship. So I feel like you kind of have to in a way, depending on the person you are. And yeah,
So, would a type of a woman that I have just met you some time ago, not a long time ago, and she's like already planning this fairy tale happily ever after scare you off? Would something like this scare you off? Because I mean, a lot of,
it's something like
I don't know. I think a lot of women, it's coming from my perspective. A lot of women, they do tend to romanticize the relationship and other men. So would something like this scare you off?
uh, not necessarily, just because I feel like as bad as it is to say, and as sad it is to say, it is. I feel like micro cheating is like kind of normalized. You know, you'll always see someone who looks better than the person you're with. So yeah, I would just say probably not, just because they'd probably look at them, you know, look away, sign, do whatever, move on the next day and forget about it, you know. So probably not. I feel like that's both people do that in the relationship. You know, you see someone who looks better than the person you're with, and yeah,
Do you think it's common?
yes, yes. I know there's many men out there who will say, like, you know, for example, another girl's hot or whatever, you know, it's one of those things. It's just, I feel like it's normalized.
But do you agree that it's normal?
Uh, I don't know. I feel like it is normal, but I feel like it shouldn't be in a way, you know? Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
And like you also said that the guy sees another woman, another pretty girl, and they think that they're hot. Is it the same for women?
Yeah,
They see the
same
guy
same
and they
thing.
like,
Yeah, I would say so. Probably.
thank you. Okay, I have one last question for you. Do you believe that true love exists and people should experience true love at least once in their lives?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely should. You know, it's definitely something everyone should experience at least in their late 20s, early 30s, but never too young, you know. I think if you do start young, it obviously learns, you know, learns you the basic, you know, do's and don'ts and like kind of teaches you, you know, you kind of just learn more from your mistakes. And so therefore it kind of betters you for your next relationship because you've learned from your past. And yeah,
Do you think that reflection is important when it comes to like romantic relationships? I mean, um,
like a self-reflection.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I think everyone should think of themselves, you know, of what they're doing, be aware of yourself, you know. Um, yeah, I guess. I guess that's what I'd say.
And what did you learn from your previous relationship? What did it teach you?
Um, Probably not to move so fast into a relationship, I would say. Take your time, like I said, you know. Um, yeah, learn the person, learn your guys's passions, what you want in life, and if you match with your guys's goals in life, then yeah, you know.
So by taking your time, it means that you have to like explore and like constantly communicate with them what you like, what you don't like, what future you see together. Yeah.
Exactly, like what they want in the outcome of their life, so they're, you know, it matches with you, so you guys aren't arguing down the road or something, you know, something that will make you pair.
And I mean, I think as people like date and they grow together, especially when they start living together, like they move in, they get to know each other a bit better and like life tests them in different ways and like you see your partner in different situations like from different angles, so you just kind of find out what type of person they are and how they are. Do you
Yeah,
agree with that?
I would say so, yeah. What are your thoughts on love?
I think that true love exists, and for someone who doesn't believe this saying, they just haven't experienced it, or they haven't met their person, or they just had a negative past experience
Yeah, no,
that they
definitely.
should absolutely leave in the past and move on. because there are lots of men and women and everybody's different, and there is definitely somebody who I don't want to say perfect because nobody is perfect, but who will be as close to perfect for you as it's possible.